And we are live. What's good, people? It's your man DL Saint. I hope y'all doing all right. This is going to be a quick one. I just want to check real quick to make sure the audio is good. So, what's good, y'all? How y'all doing? So yeah, it looks like we're good on the audio. I wanted to do this show last night, but I didn't. Fresh and Fit podcast. I was up. I was watching Fresh Prince CEO's vlog, his podcast, and they hit 1 million subscribers. Got caught up in that. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm definitely a big supporter of those brothers over there. Shout out to Myron and Fresh, and to the whole Fresh and Fit fam, the whole Fresh and Fit team. Congratulations on 100 plus subscribers. I'm sorry, 1 million plus subscribers. So I got to doing that, and I looked up and it was real late, and of course I had to get up. I had things I had to do, but yeah, this conversation is going to be a serious conversation. Normally I have, I do all of the sounds and we have fun with it, but this time, this is very serious subject matter. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave the sounds and all that alone. Apart from the sounds, to check the audio, I just wanted to make sure that was cool. So I had the applause at the beginning, but I'm not even going to do my horns. What's good, Sister Candace? Thanks for always being there with me. And I saw you last night, celebrating with the Fresh and Fit fam on them getting 1 million subscribers. They got a show today. It's going to be around 5 or 6 o'clock, I think, or 6 or 7 o'clock today on the main Fresh and Fit page. And they're going to be talking about it and stuff like that. But I wanted to bring this up. As we all know, another rapper, another young black man was murdered, and we're talking about Takeoff from Amigos. And I didn't jump on it right away because whenever something like this happens, I mean, first of all, it's high profile and it takes law enforcement time to piece it together because law enforcement understands it's high profile. All eyes are on them. They understand how difficult it is to get people to step forward and give them information, them being law enforcement. But they also know that people will go to social media and post and say, and tell what they saw. The witnesses will go to social media. So you got to get these sort of things time to develop on the legal front. And, time for news outlets to get out there and actually do journalism and find out what's going on, because you also have that. And I recall the first press conference that I watched in Houston. The media personnel had more information than the police. And the detective who was in charge of or running the press conference at some point is talking to the reporter. Could you please have the people you talking to contact us? You know what I mean? It's like law enforcement is looking at the reporters like, y'all have more information than we do. And it's kind of weird. That's how the world is now. It's like the police should start interviewing the reporters, because people will tell reporters, people will go on social media, they'll tell everybody else, but they won't tell the police. And law enforcement said it like, look, you can do it anonymously. Call this number. Crime Stoppers, just leave a voicemail. Tell us what you saw. We just trying to piece this thing together. So it's been ample time for that to happen. And as you guys can see, online, on YouTube, right, and everywhere else, all this information is coming out. All these video clips, all these people coming out to get likes, to get this and that. Why don't anybody help law enforcement? I mean, this is how we get, we catch it on both ends. Takeoff wasn't a soldier like that. He went in the streets like that. Why won't y'all help him out? Why won't you help his family get justice? It's crazy. Brother Jason, I see you, brother. What's good, man? Welcome. Yeah, RIP Takeoff. We say this all the time, and as the community's gotten to a point where it doesn't even faze people. I mean, it really doesn't. It's like the community or soldiers. And then you come home one day and you get a report. So-and-so was KIA. So-and-so was MIA. Doesn't even faze you. Or you're out in the field and you see someone get hit. Doesn't even faze you. That's where we are right now as a society. And this is terrible. This is terrible. So is this going to stop anytime soon? And what do I mean by this? Are young black men, going to stop this behavior and stop getting shot up in the streets? Nah, it ain't going to stop no time soon. It's not. Just keep it 100. It's not. Why? Street life is like a drug, man. It's addictive. It's exciting. Just keep it 100. It's exciting. It's not boring. It's a lot of things, but it's not boring. Heart racing, blood pumping, and stuff like that. Guaranteed it's not the first time these dudes have been around gunplay. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Since they've been famous. I ain't even talking about before they got famous. Guaranteed. They go to a private event at a bowling alley. Looks like it was looked like it might have been a little more upscale. It was downtown area of Houston. I'm not that familiar with Houston. But from what I can tell, it was in a nicer, a better tier property. It looked like it was inside of some sort of complex or maybe some sort of mall. You know what I mean? And the party was over. The event was done. The venue was closed. These cats were outside, allegedly. And these cats were outside shooting dice. Shooting dice. And that's the thing. Excitement. And y'all dudes are multimillionaires and you outside of a venue at 1 or 2 in the morning, wherever time it was, and you shooting dice with a bunch of people you don't know. And apparently they were losing. Not Takeoff, but I guess it was Quavo. I don't know the group, Migos. I don't listen to their music. I'm old. I'm not the demographic. I'm not one of those old dudes who wants to be a young boy. I'm not one of those dudes in their 50s and 60 years old, 50s and 60s, running around in designer clothes and the big chains and hanging out trying to get, 19, 20-year-olds. I'm not that dude, man. And I mean, I've heard their music, of course. They've had some major hits out there, but I couldn't name any of them as far as the songs go and their more popular tracks. I'm glad they are successful, but the streets, man. The streets, bro. It's a drug. I remember that as a young man. Hell, I remember that in the Army. You go to war, there'll be guys who get addicted to the combat, man. They get addicted to war. They get out and they join private organizations, become contractors, or they go off and they join the Foreign Legion or something like that. People are like, why would you join the Foreign Legion? Because they guarantee you combat tours. So there's dudes out there who just love that adrenaline rush. They love living on the edge like that. I'm not one of them. You know what I mean? But have I done this stupid shit? Yes, I have. More than once. I've shared a bunch of stories on this platform. More than once. I get it. I understand. Is it going to change? Nah, man. It's not going to change. And add to the fact that the hip hop culture, the new pop culture, that's what it's all about. If you're going to be out there and you're about that life, you got these kids coming from the suburbs lying about their past and trying to be about that life. They're trying to live that life. They want to be out there risking their lives. Do they realize they're risking their life? I don't know. Risking their lives. So is this going to stop? No, it's not going to stop. Sister Candace, I heard a female on IG who was literally within arm's length of the shooter say it's police's job to figure out who killed him. Shaking my head. That's what it is. And the police sit back and they watch social media. They're going to piece it together. They watch social media. They're not trying to force you to go to court. That's on you, but they do need information so they can solve the case. Well, we know podcast. What's good, bro? JT, is that yours, or Rob? Casual Germ, good morning. What's good, man? What's good? What's good with you? Good morning, good afternoon to you as well. Casual Germ, thanks for coming in. Addicted to war is facts. Yeah, man, there's a lot of people addicted to that, bro. And there's a war in the streets. It is what it is. Pick your hood. But trust me, there's a war in the streets. Like, Chicago looks horrific. You know what I mean? You see stuff in L.A., but Chicago right now, especially the south side of Chicago, is insane. But it's drama popping off everywhere, man. It pops off in the South. Tennessee ain't no joke. And there's people, that's it. That's their life. They're addicted to that lifestyle. It's an adrenaline rush. It really is. It really is. And you figure 7 times out of 10, you're going to get away, you know what I mean, without any injury. 7 times out of 10. Nobody in your crew is going to get hit. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about you there to do the, interacting and actually pull the trigger. I'm just talking about you just happen to be there. 7 times out of 10, ain't nobody going to get hit. But that means 3 times out of 10, someone does. as a bystander. Brother JT's in the house. What's good? So these rappers, these you know, everybody keeps saying like young black men and this and that. And I do have a video pulled up from Oshay Duke Jackson. Go support that brother. I mean, he's a juggernaut in the space. Even I can see that. You know what I mean? I'm new to certain parts of YouTube, but I can see he's an absolute beast. So I definitely I just want to use a piece of one of his videos that he recently posted about this. You know, and a lot of people are saying a lot of things. Most folks don't understand hyperviolence. And I've talked about this multiple times. This is what I'm talking about. Most folks don't understand hyperviolence. So when they see something like this, it still blows their mind. They don't understand. Why is this? How can this happen? And you only hear about it when it's high profile. This sort of thing is happening right now. Right now, somebody's getting shot in America. Right now. Right now, somebody is planning to ambush an individual. Right now. You feel me? More guns in this country than people. So trust me, this type of violence is around. It just, most people don't see it. Law enforcement sees it all day, every day, depending on what city you're in. It happens everywhere. It's just more prevalent in other places. Why are we talking about it? Because unfortunately, the life that was lost was the life of a person who has done well for himself. That's why we're talking about it. But this happens every day. The list of people I know that have lost their lives in the streets is way too long to list on this podcast or anybody else's. You know what I mean? We know them. We know them. I've spoke on some of them. I've said some of the names on this platform. Good people, but they weren't multimillionaires. They weren't in the public eye. So y'all don't know them. You know what I mean? So, but it's a drug being in them streets, yo. And we're going to watch a little bit of Brother Oshay's video. Brother Jason, I heard he was hit by friendly fire. So they try not to snitch on the team, I guess. There are all kinds of reports out there. They're saying, yes, it was friendly fire. First, it was like, oh, it was a straight bullet. Then it was like, it was a straight bullet from friendly fire. It was an accident. You're hitting these type words. But like, it is what it is, man. The judicial system is the judicial system, bro. There's no such thing as oopsie. That was my guy. I didn't mean to shoot my own guy. But yeah, you did. You discharged a weapon in public. That's a crime, right? You probably got whoever was the shooter probably got a criminal record and shouldn't be armed in the first place, right? That's a crime. Someone died. That's a crime. It's just determining what charge. You know what I mean? Was it premeditated? Doesn't sound like it. You know what I mean? So someone died. Was it manslaughter? Was it some sort of murder in the second, third, or fourth degree? That's what law enforcement's trying to figure out. And I hear what you're saying. People are like, oh, they don't want to snitch. You know what I mean? Allegedly there were two groups of people. There was, getting down. There was two groups of people. So yeah, they said it could have been friendly fire, but there was another weapon involved, allegedly. So who was firing the other weapon? Right? The bottom line is, you're a multimillionaire. Why are you even there, bro? The answer to that, it's exciting. I'm out here with my people. I'm chilling. I'm off to the side. I ain't over there where they over there doing that stupid stuff. I'm over here. You know what I mean? Trying to check out the women, trying to see what's up, trying to floss. I'm bored. I don't want to be at home, whatever. So yeah, that's allegedly that's what's going on. And we're going to watch this video. You're going to hear that as well. Sister Candace, Brother Jason, I think friendly fire is a misused term in this instance. Yeah, people are using military terms. Friendly fire is a term used in combat. But our streets are like combat zones. So I don't know, Sister Candace. It might be appropriate these days in America to use those terms. You know what I mean? Cannon fodder, friendly fire. You know what I mean? It might be appropriate these days. Acceptable losses. It might be, which is horrible. It just shows where we are. You know what I mean? It just shows where we are. Don 007 was good. And again, y'all, I'm not going to be using any sound effects on this one because this is real serious. I just wanted to get this message out. Alcohol and ego is sad reason to die, man. I've seen people die for less. I've seen people die just because somebody felt like killing somebody, bro. Real talk. I've seen dudes almost get shot because they saw one of their homeboys shoot somebody minutes earlier and they want to shoot somebody too. I've seen that, bro. I've seen dudes, dodging bullets because some girl comes out and lie about something, or some dude comes out and lie. I think that was the guy that took my shoes that one day. Nah, that ain't him. You know what I mean? The guy make up the story because you took his girlfriend, really, and he's salty. And somebody in their crew just want to turn it up. I mean, there's always somebody in somebody's crew that's ready to kill, that's ready to throw their life away. Andrew Tate speaks on that. When I heard Andrew Tate say that, I'm like, yeah, this dude's been out there. Because if you ain't in the streets, you won't know what I'm talking about. Anybody's been in the streets to tell you. There's always that dude that'll set it off. He's just looking for an excuse to set it off. That dude was probably there that night at the Dace game. You know what I mean? It's crazy. The gangs calls us civilians. Yeah, gangbangers look at themselves as warriors, bro. They're soldiers, man. Yeah, that's how they look at themselves. Brother Donnie Sally, too many emotional males own firearms. That's true. An emotional being is a very dangerous one. Yeah, we talk about that too, males versus men. You know what I mean? So let's watch this clip from our brother Oshay and make sure this thing is turned up. All right, here we go.
That pretty much explains what possibly happened to Brother Takeoff.
Okay, YouTube family, we just posted information already about Takeoff being dead at Houston, but Say Cheese had a close source and a witness. Now, this witness posted something different and something else. This witness posted information that's tragically letting us know that Takeoff got hit from his own personnel. Does it make sense? He got hit from his own party.
And that seems to be the case, allegedly speaking. That's what everyone is saying. And Brother Oshay said this actual clip is from another podcaster, I Smoke Hip Hop Live. Please go over and support both those channels. So that's where this is coming from. But let's continue. King Life, I see you in the house, player. What's good, bro? I'm not playing any sound effects today, man. This is due to the subject matter on this particular on this live. You know what I mean? Just out of respect for Brother Takeoff.
And I don't understand what sense that makes, but these are not my words. I'm gonna show you the article, not the article, but I deleted the phone number, but I got the whole thing Sean Cotton posted up. So let's look at it. Now, this person who admitted to Sean Cotton and everybody that Takeoff got hit first from his own peep, he said it like this. Let's get into it. Now, you see the information they sending Sean Cotton. Now, this.
And right there, he said that he got hit first from people in his own crew. First. I remember when the news first broke, law enforcement did say that there was a victim, an individual who was deceased at the scene with multiple gunshot wounds to the head and neck. So this is the information law enforcement needs. Trust and believe law enforcement is watching every piece of information that's on social media, because it's the only way that they can piece together this crime and solve this crime. But this is what the police are doing right now, because no one, very few, if anybody, will come forward and tell the police, but they will go on live and tell the world. You know what I mean? Brother King, King Life, this is what happens when you give people guns with no proper training. And yes, we're going to get into that as well. Absolutely. Absolutely true.
This is the one right here. He said, so Quavo was shooting dice and he was getting his pockets broke off. Now, basically what they're saying is like, Quavo was losing a lot of money in a dice game. Anybody go to a dice game, you gonna feel some type of way. Especially like, niggas bring up all type of excuses. Niggas is cheating.
Here's the thing about dice games on the street, man. Just take it from your old Uncle Saint. I hated being around dice games back in the hood. I hated being around dice games. Why? Because there was a ton of cash there. Everyone was distracted and focused on the dice. You had all these bets, all these side bets going on. Dudes getting loud, whatever. The crowd grows. You don't know who walks up, bro. And if you want to hit a lick, that's the lick right there. You got the migos. You got these street dudes. You got these hustlers standing outside this place. They downtown. They feel safe or whatever because they got their own little pistols on them or whatever. And they like you said, Somebody was getting their pockets broke off, man. It could have been tens of thousands of dollars. It could have been upwards of $60, $70, $80,000, maybe more, present, just cash, not to mention all the jewelry and all the other valuables, right? If you real hungry and you got a dedicated team, people who have skills, people who were trained, that's when you go and you lay everybody down. You go in there just like the movies. Everybody lay down, you get in their pockets, man. You take their weapons, you take their jewelry, you take their money. A 5-person team can do that, no problem. No problem. And if them boys get out of pocket, y'all criminals anyway, you let them things go. You hit the first 2 people, ain't nobody gonna budge. Everybody will freeze up. This is life in the streets. Do you see how violent it can be in an instant? In an instant, over some money? Yes. People say that all the time. Over money? Yes. A lick like that, you talking about upwards of $100,000 possibly? Yes. Especially if they know you're gonna be there. You got a team waiting? Yes. Yes, they will absolutely do that. Y'all think I'm making this up? Let's continue.
The dice are loaded and all this extra, so Quavo's in his feeling and everybody could peep game, and things already getting heated in there. So now he's saying that Quavo had a bad attitude the whole night. They said he tried getting aggressive with one of the dudes, but he got aggressive with one of the wrong Mob Ties member. So yes, they're saying that Mob Ties had a lot of.
So right there, you got one of the guys, you got one of the amigos, Quavo, losing money. You gambling. That's what gambling is about. If you've never been to Vegas or Atlantic City or one of these casinos, go to Vegas. Especially with dice. I watched the man go down $300,000 playing craps at the crap table. I stood there and watched. This man was getting voucher after voucher after voucher. A voucher is, you in good standing with a casino. You ain't got to use your outside credit. You can come in there with them and just sign a voucher. Hey, bring me X. And the casino will bring it to you. Now, a lot of casinos will make you, back your voucher, back your file or whatever with a credit card or cash or whatever. But I could go to Vegas right now with $10,000 and be gambling with up to $80,000 of their money. They'll run me there. They don't care about my credit. They just gonna look at my ability to pay. All right, cool. All right, yeah, bro. How much you want? I sign a voucher for $50,000. They'll bring me $50,000 in chips. So this guy was out there on the crap table. He was betting against the table, and the table was hot. People were winning. So he was betting against the table. He was bet $50,000, $100,000, $100,000. Kept losing, $100,000, kept losing. I mean, he got down around, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I want to say he was down around $500,000, $600,000, seriously. I mean, it was a real high number. I ain't gonna lie, I lost track. But the table turned. The table always turns. He won all that money back, plus more. Right? So, again, I'm not trying to lie to you guys, because, I mean, the exact number was real foggy, but let's just say he was down $400,000. Let's say that. I could comfortably say he was down that at least. He got all that back plus another $300,000 playing craps in Vegas. That's how fast that money changed hands. He went from being down, and they kept bringing him his vouchers, and he was tearing them up. So he wound up high rolling. So that's the kind of money to be. When you gamble, that's the kind of money you could be gambling with if you're dealing with high rollers. But you got the migos and you got some hood dudes, allegedly. And you got a little crap game to pop up like that. They brought that money. They brought the dude. He knew what time it was. Like, hey, man, y'all know Quavo gonna be there. You know he gambled. Word. They brought their bread. They brought their tools. They brought their guns. They were like, we need protection, but we're gonna go down here. We're gonna get into his pockets. And it sounds like that's what happened. They got into his pockets. You got dudes who just gamble. When it's your night, it's your night. So Quavo get upset because he's losing, get big with somebody. They gangsters. They ain't gonna back down for some rapper. You know what I'm saying? Gonna be looking at you like, bro, you think you is 50? You think you Jay-Z? You think you really gangster like that? Maybe they throw some hands, but it's only gonna be a moment before them guns come out. It's only gonna be a moment before them guns come out. And we saw what happened. Catch up real quick with the chat. And Brother King Life, you're right. dice games get people done in. Yes, especially if you don't know who you playing with. Absolutely. Even if you know who you playing with. If it's dudes from your hood or from the next hood over, from whatever, people you know from school, whatever. Y'all gambling somewhere, like y'all inside somewhere, like we're gonna have a gambling point. Man, those shits is dangerous, man. I done seen guys who known each other for years shoot at each other over that type stuff, bro. They take it a certain way. No one likes giving up that money. Nah, man, that wasn't right. Oh, the dice did this or that. Man, look, somebody taking your last. You in there gambling with 10,000 and somebody took your last of your 10. Yo, you gonna be mad. People gonna be laughing at you and stuff like that, bro. They talking crazy to you, mugging you in your head. Yeah, you definitely gonna feel a certain way. You gonna be sitting outside waiting on somebody. Like, I'm gonna get that money right back. That's the mentality of gambling in the street. That's why you shouldn't do it. You got money like that, take your ass to Vegas, bro. Go to one of the local Indian casinos. Go somewhere where it's safe. Don't do it right there in the hood. In the streets, it don't make no sense, man. You know what I mean? King Life, yep, that's what happens. Casual Germ. You know what's the solution? Virtual reality technology allows gamblers to play dice for money without violence, and in shooting games or safe combat simulations, no excuse for being emotional shitbags. Yeah, man, but you know what? VR is safe. People are in the streets because of that. They're addicted to that chance that something might happen, bro. That excitement, man, that adrenaline rush. You ain't gonna get that adrenaline rush, generally speaking, in VR. I mean, if you playing, what is it, Pike's plank or some Pete's plank or whatever it is, and you walk off that plank and you fall down, you're getting an adrenaline rush because your body thinks you're falling. But outside of that, man, when you playing some sort of video game, a shooter game, or a gambling game, you're not gonna get that same. You're gonna get a little hit, but it's not gonna be like the real deal. You know you're safe. People are hooked. A lot of young men are hooked on that life, man. That you know what I'm saying? That excitement. I ain't gonna lie. That was me. Shit, I jumped out of airplanes, bro. That's what I did. I enlisted in the United States Army so I can jump out of airplanes. That's the only reason I joined. And well, you know, when you jump out of airplanes, you're gonna have to, fight. You're gonna be surrounded by the enemy. Whatever. Just let me jump. You know what I mean? That's what I did. It's that adrenaline rush, man. It's that excitement, man. You get hooked on that, bro. If you ever been around gunplay, if you ever been in a firefight, which I hope you haven't, that shit's exciting as hell, man. But people die. You know what I mean? King Life, even in Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins, Martin Lawrence, and Cedric the Entertainer, even in acting, showed what can happen when you playing. Yeah, bro, it could pop off. Sister Candace, to get hit with 2 errant bullets to the head, and it's mind blowing to me. I have much more accuracy at the range shooting center mass than at the head. Yeah, man. I mean, because these, again, and I think it was someone mentioned, I think it was Brother King Life, that people don't train. The fact that you use the term center mass, Sister Candace, lets me know that you've been to the range. You know your way around a weapon. Yeah, you're going to put your rounds on target. You know how to control your breathing, right? You know what to do. You know how to keep your mind clear. You know how to focus on your target. You know what I mean? You're focusing on your shot group. These are things that the people on the street, they don't know nothing about, man. They just be, doing all this. Holding the gun all sideways and all this kind of, because they think it looks cool, man. And that's how people get shot. Rarely do they hit the target. People who are untrained rarely hit the target. And if they do hit the target, they hit everybody else too. Wonderful 34 was good. What up, people's good? And what's good to you, man? Appreciate you popping in. Brother King Life at Casual Germ. They got to try to find that dude location and get that money back. Man, they probably done sparked the war. We're going to continue with this video in a minute, but it's going to be ugly. Because now you got a whole city of people pissed. They know that dude. He was the good one. Takeoff he wasn't about that drama, man. He was just standing there off to the side, really trying to get away from it. And he wound up dead. So now, man, you got people in Atlanta going to be mad, man. There's some gangsters in Atlanta. Trust me. You know what I mean? I mean, when T.I. had drama in Cincinnati, trust me, Atlanta came to Cincinnati, man. And they weren't fucking around. Atlanta came to Cincinnati. Them boys, I hope it don't jump off like that, man, because for real, them boys don't play. You know what I mean? Shout out to the ATL. Them boys don't play. Sister Candace, it makes me wonder if the bullets weren't errant or targeted. By all accounts, sounds like they were errant. We won't know until the police can figure it out. terrible. Casual Jeremy, Brother King Life. They'll pretend to be a VR girlfriend and let the men do it to themselves. That's funny. That's coming though. The sex dolls are coming, especially when they're in Houston. Yeah, Brother Roman's in the house. What's good, bro? What's good? Good to see you. Thanks for coming through. We're not hitting any sound effects today, man. That's out of respect for Brother Takeoff on this stream. You know, of course, after the stream, it's back to normal. But thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. It's safer in the casino than on the streets. Absolutely. You know, you might get touched when you going in and out of casino. You got to be careful. You know what I mean? Be careful. You know what I mean? I always tell people, go in the front, the main entrance, valet your car, do all that. But when you park in the parking structures, you know what I mean? You might have a problem getting in and out. You might. I'm like, take an Uber, get dropped off right in front, right, and then get picked up right in front in the Uber or whatever. But if you're gonna drive, because you can't take your firearms into a casino, so you know what I mean, all you got is this, and they're gonna be armed and ready. So yes, generally speaking, it's much safer. Inside the casino is safer than any place you need to be. You know what I mean? Because the streets don't care. The streets never been safe for wealthy. Yeah, the streets ain't safe for broke people, bro. It's keeping it 100. I wasn't wealthy when I was in the streets. I didn't make money until I left the hood. You know what I mean? People getting chopped up in the streets are broke. Migos should know better. They absolutely should. Let's get back to the video, y'all.
To do with this, which is, whoo, y'all already know what's about to go up. Now, they're saying niggas not gonna drop names. That's what they're saying. The witness say he's not gonna say names because we pretty much gonna get the name, y'all. This is what they're letting you know. It's an open situation where we're gonna know everybody involved, and motherfuckers allegedly might be dropped for this situation. Let's not get deep into that. Let's continue. Now he says, and dude got on his ass, and then some. Basically, one of the mob dudes got on, you feel me, Quavo's ass right quick, and that's when somebody they was with jumped up.
So what he's saying is one of the mob dudes was beating Quavo's ass. The guy, it was probably the same dude who was beating him at dice. Quavo got, you know what I'm saying, got out of pocket, wanted to get big, and he got his ass beat by that same dude. Why? That dude's in the streets all day, every day. That is his life. That is his life. That's how he eats. You know what I mean? If you think for a second he ain't ready to protect that at every level, you're a fool. Never go against somebody who ain't got shit to lose. And anybody in the streets ain't got shit to lose because they know what they have can be taken from them at any moment. Any moment. If you the plug, if you Mr. Big like that, trust me, there are multiple indictments out there. They waiting on you to slip. They watching you. They know everything about you. And as soon as the feds gets involved, it's a wrap. You better take whatever case they show. Whatever they offer you, you better take it. Because once the feds is on your ass, bro, it's done. These guys know that. That's why they know they don't care. They live for the moment, bro. And you somebody who's a multimillionaire, celebrity, people know you around the world, and you trying to fight this guy? Man, what are you thinking?
You know, and they bunched up them. And that's when the shots started going off and it started ringing. And they were coming from somebody Migos was with, but he was shooting wild. The person with Migos, they said, was shooting wild allegedly, and he hit Takeoff on accident. Remember, they said Takeoff was in the corner, minding his own business. And let me continue it. And before I continue reading.
And, you know, again, this is from I Smoke Hip Hop Live. Please go over there and support this brother. Also support brother Oshay Duke Jackson. But, yes, that's how it goes down. 50 Cent moves with a team, a security team, they're former Navy SEALs. Ain't no such thing as errant rounds with them boys. They know what they doing. They got that kind of bread. Amigos, if you're going to have a security detail, have a security detail. But here's the thing. A real security detail won't let you play dice outside of a venue at 2 a.m. They going to snatch you up and put you in a vehicle and take you to the safe spot, and then they going to leave. Mission complete. We're done. You're safe. We are out of here. I want to go back and play dice, man. That's on you, bro. But you're not going to have former operators, you know, top-tier operators protecting you while you play a dice game in the streets. That's not, ain't no SEAL gonna do that. There's not enough. You couldn't pay them to do that. They know that's a no-win situation. There's no way in hell. This is why you want security. Security will keep you out of these situations. Their job to keep you alive. You know what I mean? Brother Cody's in the house. What's good, bro? Yo, what is on? Boys got him. Yeah, that's what it looks like, man. Allegedly, at least one of the rounds that hit him came from someone in his own camp. Allegedly, that's what's going on. And apparently he was hit multiple times. So there's a chance that maybe some of the other rounds came from a second gun, which may have been with the other camp. Sister Sandy B. Laws in the house. What's good, love? Thanks for coming through. Normally I would do the sound effects, but we're not doing that on this stream out of respect for Takeoff. Brother Takeoff. King Life. He's laughing like, yeah, Quavo definitely was getting beat down if a blinky got pulled. Yeah, he was, you know. People forget, man. Like you come out of that life, you elevate yourself to a point where you're successful. You get all this money, you do all this kind of stuff, but you're still a part of you. Like, well, I'm still hood, I'm still street, da da da. Okay, I give you that, but you're gonna be rusty. It ain't like you ain't in the streets fighting for your life every day. You might be in a gym working out, but that's different than being in the hood, literally fighting for your life, fighting for what you have every single day. You messing with these guys that don't care. These hood dudes will tell you, man, they don't care, right? They don't get tattoos on their face because they think it's cool. They get tattoos on their face because they don't care. They want you to know, bro, I don't care. So there's no way I would do that, man. I can't say I haven't done it. You know what I mean? Yes, I put myself in some real stupid situations. Yes, I have. So I'm not mad at the amigos. But when I put myself in those situations, I knew what time it was. I knew how it could end. In most cases, I was by myself. Another problem is riding with a crew. I told you, there's always somebody who want to set it off. And I guarantee you that guy in their crew, the one that's always wanting to set it off, I bet you that's the dude who popped that first one. You know what I mean? I bet you that's the dude who accidentally, allegedly shot his man. Go to the range. Even Tupac went to the range. Brother Cody, people need to stop playing games. The quiet dudes are the most serious. Yes, they are. You know what I mean? Sister Sandy, the company you keep can definitely mean your life or death is on the line at all times. Yes, on the line. And here's the thing. And Sister Sandy, she's an attorney, right? She's in that world. And I'm pretty sure she'll co-sign on this. The guys in your crew can get you a bid. Law enforcement don't care. They will hang an accessory on you in a heartbeat. Because that crazy wild dude you got with you done pulled that pistol and shot some innocent baby or something like that. Guess what? You part of that. They'll hang that accessory on you in a heartbeat. Now you looking at what he looking at. Right? And don't let them come with the RICO. They really start delving into what you got going on because they're going to look at his criminal background and be like, well, where did he get the money for all this? The money must have come from you. Oh, that's a conspiracy, ongoing criminal activity. Oh, this is a criminal organization, right? Look at 6ix9ine. I'm telling you, man, you can lose your life so many different ways, man. They got to be careful out there. Brother King Life sound like Quavo was wrestling with dude and then pulled and shot one off. Someone popped one off. I'm thinking it was somebody in the migos camp, and that's what they're saying. Someone pulled their round out. Someone pulled their weapon out, and shots were fired. So and it's unfortunately, Takeoff, who had nothing to do with nothing, is the one that caught them rounds. That's what it's looking like. And Brother King, dude eating too good to be in the streets anymore. Absolutely. Brother Casual Germ, facts. I still know dudes in their 40s and 50s still going, still gang banging. Once the streets got you, there ain't no letting go. That's real talk, man. It's real hard to break it, man. It's a drug. That adrenaline is like a drug, man. That especially if you ain't got nothing else going in your life, it gives you purpose. And they know what they're doing. That's a good point, Brother Casual Germ. Sister Candace, I never take money to the casino. I don't intend to lose. Quavo should never have been throwing the dice if he was going to be tight about losing. I don't think he cared about the money. It was more, like a macho thing. I don't think he cared about the money like that. Maybe he did. We don't know how much it was, but maybe he did. You know what I mean? I guarantee you it was tens of thousands of dollars. I guarantee you that. I'm pretty sure they wasn't fighting over $4,000 or $5,000. I got that. You know what I mean? I'm sure they wasn't fighting over that. I mean, that's throw around money. I'm pretty sure it was tens of thousands. I wouldn't be surprised if it was north of $50,000. I would not be surprised. That's gonna make you feel a certain way, for real. You know what I mean? Brother Cody at Candace. Seriously, that's what started it. Yeah, that's what it looks like, bro. Looks like he was mad about the money he lost. And Brother King Life at Candace, at Sister Candace, I don't even bring more than $100 in cash, leave the cards somewhere in the car. Yeah. Yeah, that's smart. That's smart. Egos stay getting dudes humble. You know what I mean? And Sister Candace, and that's for Brother Cody. Quavo was at the dice game and an argument occurred. He was down on his luck and there was a verbal dispute and about basketball too. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's people gonna argue about anything. People looking to set it off. They know who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, boy, we can hit a lick. Just think about it. If they were able to get Quavo's chain or something like that. And you know how they be doing it, showing up the chain and all that kind of stuff, man. It's different reasons for people doing this kind of stuff. So, yeah, I've seen arguments. I've seen people get into fights over, you know what I mean, Johnny Quest. What was the name of the Indian dude? It was Haji. It wasn't Haji. It was Baji. Like, no, it was Haji. I've seen dudes fight over that. Fight over that hard. Like, you know what I mean? Trying to kill each other. Over a fictional name of a cartoon character, bro. I've seen it. Brother King Life is definitely at least 50K and up. Probably, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. And Sister Candy's at Brother King. Facts. Me too. You can find me at the bar once that cash runs out. Right. You know what I mean? If you're a gambler, man, but go to Vegas. I heard reports that he was only down 7 to 17,000, but who knows? Yeah. And that, I'm telling you, it had to be double digits. Had to be double digits. But some people get mad if they lose $100. You know what I mean? Because it ain't really the dice game, is it? They just want to set it off. That's they really looking for some drama. They're trying to get it. You know what I mean? Who knows what's going on in his life? Whatever. Just messing with the wrong ones. Some real certified dudes y'all dealing with. Brother Cody, dudes be costing others' lives over repping ego. Yes, they do. That's just part of that street game, y'all. And then Brother King, verbal about basketball. Yeah. Don't tell me Quavo and the Knicks is a Knicks fan because I know street dude's probably a Bucks fan. Who knows, bro? Who knows? But it could be anything, man. Anything and everything. Let's finish up this little video here, and then we'll wrap this up.
Here's the picture of Takeoff when he was by himself, in the corner. It's right here. He was by himself in the corner. This is minutes, like 2 minutes before he gets hit. Takeoff is chilling, minding his own business. When the thing goes up, stray bullets catches Takeoff.
So, guys, as you've heard.
So you see that, right? Old boy's over there just minding his own business, stay away from the drama. You're probably thinking him to say it, you know what I mean? This is stupid. I don't want to be here. And then moments later, bam, he gets hit. And it's all over. That's terrible, man. But that's how it is, bro. You know what I mean? So, Brother Oshay went on to ask a bunch of questions. He was, comparing the black community to like the white community, to the Asian community, to those wealthy men. And they don't go back to the hood. I would challenge that. I mean, there's Italians who came out of Italian neighborhoods who weren't mobbed up, but of course they dudes are, they friends are. They friends are in the streets, but they weren't in the streets like that. They go off to find their fortune and they'll come back to the hood. You know what I mean? The mob guys will come back to the hood and get caught up. The St. Valentine's Day massacre. Right, it was regular dudes that got massacred that day, right next to some of the gangsters. You know what I mean? It was regular dudes that got caught up in that because they just like hanging around the bad boys. Women aren't the only ones who like bad boys. Men like to be around other dangerous men and make some, like, hey, I'm part of this. You pump the chest up. Those dudes were inside of a garage, a car garage, hanging out with some gangsters, and they wound up getting shot up with shotguns and Thompson submachine guns. Regular dudes. We're in there with the mobsters. Same thing here. This is how it goes down. So there are Asian dudes out there, like Japanese men who've been successful, and they might have friends who are in the Yakuza or whatever, that mess with the triad or whatever. I know there are Korean businessmen who mess around with Korean gangsters all day because they cousins or whatnot. It happens in every community. It's just the spotlight is on our community because it happens so often. It happens a lot. You know what I mean? So These guys, I mean, you think about it, right? You look at, because they're like, oh man, you know, you shouldn't be out there in the street, but the streets to catch you wherever. You have to be careful how you move. Pop Smoke wasn't in the streets; he was in the shower, right? But he was a little loose with the pictures. Somehow his location got out there, and the streets came to see him. Right? Pop Smoke went in the streets like that. He didn't have the crazy entourage around him or anything like that. They came to see him. Biggie was driving down Wilshire, Beverly Hills, West LA, when the streets came to see him. Well, but they had that East Coast, West Coast beef. Really? Was that even Biggie? If you go back and look at that, was Big really trying to get involved in that man, or was he just trying to make money and do right by him for him and his family? Right? Shout out to both of them. Rest in peace to both of them. But Pac was wilding. Pac was wilding. And what happened to Pac? They stumped out the wrong dude. Pac shouldn't have been there. And he had these gangsters, these gangbangers around him, and they letting him get involved in gang business, and that's what happened to Pac. On one of the main roads in Vegas. Got towed up by the same dude that they just beat up. Because that dude was a hitter. You know what I mean? And the streets was saying dude didn't even want to do it. It was like, why is Tupac doing this? Dude's a fan of Tupac. But there's rules. We're going to have to do something about it. He riding around with his homies, and they're like, hey, man, there they go right there. And they hand him the thing. All right, pull up on him. Dude was a hitter. He did his thing. Rest in peace, Pac. Rest in peace, Biggie. P&B Rock. Had no business driving that Maybach in that part of L.A., going to that restaurant in L.A., but he did. He did. And dropping locations and all this, he did. He went to the hood. He went to a place where people in that hood wouldn't go. They're like, why is he there? Of course you're going to get caught up over there. It's the streets. Still, he felt a certain way. I could do this. I can, you know, man. Don't y'all know who I am? I could wear my chains. Y'all ain't taking this. I could do this. I could do that. And it cost him. Rest in peace. P&B Rock. This ain't new. And this ain't going to change because these young dudes get addicted to that life. It is what it is. It's not about the money. You know what I mean? It's not about the girls and the power. It's that it might jump off. It's them testing their manhood. I went through that. Luckily, I made it through. Just barely. Just barely. I had way too many stories that could have went the other way. You know what I'm saying? Way too many stories where I was the one sitting there with the thing like, man, I'm sitting there praying like, please don't let this dude be here. Because I'm going to have to let this thing go. And I know what I'm doing, so I know I'm not going to miss. Right? If that had played out the way I thought it was going to play out, I wouldn't be sitting here now. I'd still be sitting in prison. Life would have been lost one way or the other. So now it ain't going to change. We're going to continue to see this. We might lose another young brother before the year is out. Or the first part of next year. You know, holidays are coming up. New Year's is coming up. I hate New Year's. Everybody out there, all them fireworks going off and people taking their guns outside and shooting them, man. Two times a year while I'm sitting in the house is 4th of July and New Year's Eve. I don't go outside. I do not go outside as an old man. But when I was young, I was on the scene. Yes, indeed, I was. And that's how these young dudes are thinking. So it ain't going to change. They got all that money. I wish it would. I wish you could sit them down and make them understand, but you can't. You can't. People be talking about, well, look, Jay-Z don't move like that. Jay-Z's an old man. 50 don't move like that. 50's an old man. And 50 still move like that sometimes. If he feel like doing something, he'll go do it. There's a lot of things people don't understand about 50, man. He a real one. A serious real one. You know what I mean? If 50 won't come see you, he'll come see you. He has been known to roll up on people. He'll pull up in neighborhoods in L.A. I've seen him do, you know what I'm saying? I can't say I've seen him do it, but I know dudes who were there that saw him do it. You know what I mean? So there are people out there who are about that life. Does he do it every day? No. Too busy. Producer, rapper, entrepreneur. He's doing his thing. But If it come down to it, he'll come see you. You know what I mean? They talk about Sean Combs. You know, Puffy don't be out there like that. Puffy almost caught a case. Sean took the case for him. Right? When he was with J-Lo, y'all know what I'm talking about. He was in a nightclub. So now, Puffy was out there. And he wasn't in the streets like that. Puff was always out there in the entertainment business trying to be a he was doing his own thing. But when he got some success, he went out there and he's going to be a man about his. It's exciting. He had J-Lo with him that night. J-Lo. Back in the day when she was young. You know what I'm saying? Sean took that case. You know what I mean? So who knows what happened in there that day? Maybe he did pop off. Maybe it was Puffy that popped off in that club. Who knows? But we know who did the time. So that's just something y'all got to think about, man. Is it going to stop? No, I don't think it's going to stop. It's not about upbringing. I know guys be in the streets, got mom and dad in their life, come from good neighborhoods, got money. They want that excitement. They want that excitement until they see something. That's the only thing that turn you away from the streets. Something like this happens to your people. And you're like, man, you know what I mean? Quavo's going to feel absolutely horrible. Of course he does. He got his people murdered. Why? Over a dice game? Maybe a basketball talk? Man, look, that's what turns dudes around. Like, I'm tired of this. I don't want to see this no more. So that's what gets them out of the streets. But everybody else, they going to stay in the streets. The drill rappers, come on, man. They ain't never going to stop. That's what they do. That's insane. I'll never understand that. So, I don't know. I wish I had a solution for this, but I don't. I just wanted to say that this ain't going to be the last time. So rest in peace, brother Takeoff. You know what I mean? My heart goes out to his family. For those who do pray, please say a prayer, light a candle for his family. Rest in peace. P&B Rock, Tupac, Biggie, Pop Smoke, Big L, Scott LaRock. The list goes on and on and on. I'm just going to finish off these chats. I'm just going to show the chats, y'all. Jay Sparrow, thanks for coming in. But I'm sorry, y'all. This is just how it is, man. This is the world we're in. This is the world we're in. And like I said, I don't have any solutions. I can tell you this, it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. So thank y'all for coming through. I appreciate the support. Again, if you are the religious type, if you do believe in whatever God you believe in, please put a prayer in for brother Takeoff and his family and the amigos, and even pray for those people who pulled the trigger. You know what I mean? Just pray that God put something on their heart to make them change. That's all I can say about that, yo. I'm DL saying, this is the DL saying I really want to know podcast. I'll talk to y'all later.